particularly happy to be here today. I am very, very excited that this is happening. And I must acknowledge the work of Ida Kanini. She literally brought the idea to our consciousness, and she pushed and pushed and pushed us until we eventually got the small project. And so she, as a member of AGDEN and as ideas, is really the initiator of this small project. When we did the first scanning of our stakeholders, and we zoomed in on parliamentarians, because that was a major point of it, because it came out of the Colombo meeting, we knew that we had to climb almost a vertical cliff to reach the outcomes of this project. And in the process of looking for the partners, we met Dr. Mulu. And it was like God sent. That there was already a caucus, already, eager and waiting to roll, had done work since 2015, and I met Dr. Musioka in 2015 in Nepal, when we had the launch of the 5 global networks on evaluation. And we had planned to start the work. We actually had a conversation in Nepal to start the work here. So we came back and we started talking, and then she went silent, So it was like, what happened to her? Then I heard that she had actually started the caucus in Parliament. And it did not just start, it had a first strategic plan, and it had a second strategic plan in the waiting. We were like, oh my God, this is awesome. Because I know that there are very few parliaments that have either M&E caucus or committees or evidence-informed caucuses. So for me, that was really, really exciting. But to cap it all was the eagerness that Dr. Mulu gave us to embrace us, to work with us. So that is why I'm so excited. We had the first breakfast meeting in April, and at that meeting, the strategic plan, which had been simmering in the cooler somewhere, was actually adopted. So for me, that was like, hey, we're going places. And here we are today, having a training and a launch of that strategic document, which is charting the path for this caucus, this critically important caucus for the next 5 years. So that's why I'm so excited, and I'm so happy to be here today. I'd like, on behalf of AGDEN, to congratulate the caucus, to actually, again, say, you are not just the champions of M&E in Kenya, you are champions of M&E in parliaments for Africa. The truth is, parliaments are critical, and in the past months, we have come to learn of how seriously the parliament in Kenya is working, because it's one of the few ones that have a very strong role in the budgeting process. And so when we strengthen Parliament, and our friends in Parliament, and our senators and our MPs, and the partners that work with them, to understand monitoring and evaluation and how to source evidence from all of the various sources and use that evidence in a way to improve legislation and their oversight and their representation. I think that if we continue on this pathway, the continent and development would be a different story. So again, I doff my hat to you all, and I'm very happy that we're starting this journey. Even if it's a small step, I believe it's a small and significant step. Lastly, let me thank and congratulate all those who are here today. I'd like to particularly thank Senator Petronila. The last time I heard you speak at the breakfast meeting, in my head I was like, well, are we looking for champions? We don't need to look any further. We have a male champion, we have a female champion, we just have a few more to add to them, and our champion landscape is complete. and we can go to the moon and back. So I want to thank you too for the work you're putting in, for the commitment. For the rest of us who are here, I'd like to thank you for coming. It promises to be an interesting and full day.